Hey guys, so we have a teaser for Dragon Ball Legends here. This is, what, a ball of yarn or something? That's what this looks like. A green ball of yarn. So before we get into deciphering what this could be, the first observation that I'll make is that this is a very odd time to be releasing a, very odd time to be releasing a preview like this, a hint like this. This is Thursday. Weekly reset is Wednesday, so what, we got 6 days before whatever this is comes out. We just had weekly reset. We just got the Kefla, the Super Saiyan 2 Kefla Zenkai Awakening, so interesting that they decided to go with a teaser now. I'm not really sure why. I don't think they're going to be releasing a banner early. I think it probably will still just come out on weekly reset, which again is Wednesday for me, Tuesday night for people in the US. So we'll see. We'll see how they handle this, but a bit early, in my opinion, to be doing this. All right, so typically the way that these teasers work, at least recently, is these teasers have never been for the main headlining character. These teasers have either been for the sparking next to the main character, or the EX character next to the main character. And just to prove my point here, we can go back and take a look at the last few big releases. We had Pan, Dragon Ball Super Pan, who came out next to Gohan. This is the teaser for Pan next to Beast Gohan. We had the teaser for the GT Android 17, who released next to the Super Saiyan 4s. And then similarly to that, EX Omega Shenron, his teaser as well, next on the same banner as that 17. Next, we had the teaser for the Blue Zamasu, who came out next to the tag Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, or sorry, tag Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and Blue Vegeta. And then most recently, we had the teaser for EX Android 18, who obviously came out next to Android 17. So every single teaser they do is alluding to the side character, not the main character, not the main Ultra or LF character. Now, this is not an Ultra. There's no chance. This is not going to be, we're going to start getting weekly Ultras? No, this is not an Ultra. So the question then becomes, is this going to be a All-Star banner? Or is this going to be another LF banner? And I am actually leaning towards this being an LF banner. I think this will be another LF banner. But again, I don't think this teaser will be for the actual LF character. I think this is going to be a teaser for if there's a 1% sparking on the banner, it will be for them. Or if there's going to be just an EX, then it will be for the EX character. I mean, it could be both. I think one of the reasons why they might be showing off the teaser so early is because there might be multiple hints associated with whatever banner we're about to get. So that could explain why they're releasing this so early, because we might get another hint in a few days here, you know, leading up to the actual release of whatever this banner is going to be. So in terms of like the actual possibilities of what this could be, I will tell you guys right now, there are not very many good options. I think there's one very obvious choice here. But I'm going to go through some of the other options just in case. You know, we got to cover all of our bases here. So let me actually just X out of these Twitter. We've already looked through these now. So the first option, I think, is to take a look at Kefla. Obviously, Kefla does fulfill the sort of, you know, universe rep train that we're on right now. Typically, when this game releases buffs for a team, they like to really focus in on buffing that team for a set period of time. And I would not be surprised if they continue giving us buffs for the Universe Rep team because it's a brand new tag. And I think as a brand new tag, you definitely need to give the new tag like a solid backbone slash a solid foundation in order to establish the tag as, you know, a competent team, at least early on in its lifespan. So I think, you know, Kefla could be a decent thing here that we get for this, for whatever this is. I don't know how likely this is, just because we've just gotten the free-to-play Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and we just got the Zenkai Awakening for the green Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. So they're just going to give us 3 Keflas back to back to back? Is that what we're doing? I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical on this, and there's not really a really good scene. I mean, we could just take a look at other images of Kefla here. There's not really a good scene that really captures this image here, this moment of this image. I mean, we can take a look at this. Like her aura is yellow. Like it's not even green. The only thing that's green about Kefla are the Patara earrings and her hair. Everything else is just, you know, it's a normal Saiyan aura. There's nothing that's really in any of the images that I could find for Kefla that really captured this right here. So I don't think I would go with Kefla being who this image or this hint is alluding towards. The other thing we could mention real quick is Broly. Definitely saw some people talking about potentially a new Dragon Ball Super Broly. I don't know. Again, I think recently when they've been doing these hints, there is very clearly one character they're referencing with these hints. It's not really tough. I think the toughest one we got recently was the Purple 17 hint, which was like the circle that was going from blue to red and back and forth. That was tough because there actually was multiple, characters that could have been, but this is pretty specific. I mean, they picked this image for a reason. It's a green. It's mostly green, but there's black parts of this, and then there's white parts of this as well. I don't think really Broly fits the bill here. So I think very obvious. I don't. Do I even have to say it? I think it's just going to be some kind of Master Roshi doing the evil containment wave, aka the Mafuba beam or Mafuba wave. So there's two different iterations of this character, obviously. Well, two popular iterations of this character. There's the one from OG Dragon Ball that he uses the Mafuba against Demon King Piccolo. And then, of course, there is the Tournament of Power version, where he uses the Mafuba multiple times in succession against a bunch of different enemies. Uses it against multiple enemies early on, like sort of like fodder characters. And then he uses it again later on versus Frost, who actually reverses it. And then you guys also remember Trunks used it in the Future Saga against Zamasu. And Goku was even practicing the Mafuba as well in that arc. So a lot of characters learned how to do the Mafuba during Super. But Roshi was the original, creator of this technique. Actually, no, he wasn't. It was Mutaido. But Roshi learned it from him. So I think when you take a look at the differences between like these Mafubas and you really look at the hint they gave us, I think the Super version, the Tournament of Power version, I mean, there's a clear distinction between how this looks compared to the OG Dragon Ball look of this attack, right? This one definitely, the Dragon Ball Super version definitely, I think, looks more like this image than this does, I think. This one looks more like a vortex almost. And this one just looks like more like wind, in my opinion. I don't know. This one looks more swirly like a vortex. This one looks like just really, really rough green wind, I guess. And this to me at least definitely gives off more of a like yarn feel than this one does. So if I had to give my opinion on what character this hint is mostly alluding to, it would probably be Roshi from the Tournament of Power. That would be my guess. And that also makes sense because it follows the trend of us getting universe rep buffs, right? Roshi from the Tournament of Power, I've seen a lot of people asking for him recently. So I'm all for this. But the problem is, let's just hope, let's pray that he is not an EX character. Let's pray that he is not an EX character. I'm hoping that he is a 1% sparking character. That would be really good. We don't even have a model for Tournament of Power Roshi in the game, right? This character doesn't exist as an enemy. Tournament of Power Roshi doesn't exist as a hero, a sparking, an EX character. Doesn't exist. His model isn't in the game. Outside of like Urin's blue card, right? But that's a different version of this character. This character wouldn't start out as the buff version of Roshi. It would just be like this normal version here. If I had to give my preference in terms of if I'd want this one or the Dragon Ball one, I am definitely a bigger fan of Dragon Ball Roshi, just the OG, master. I think this character I would like to see more than the Tournament of Power version of Roshi, but to me, the hint just looks more like it's moving and leaning more towards the Tournament of Power version of this character. So I guess that also opens up the discussion to who would we get as the main LF character? And if it really is going to be Tournament of Power Roshi, then we can, again, pull up the universe rep tag and go through some of the characters we could get on here. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of options left here. I mean, this team is very quickly beginning to fill out pretty nicely. I think Hit is a really strong unit. 17, I am really close, and I said this, I think, in a different video as well. But I'm really close to just calling this like the best design character of all time in this game. 17, he's just he provides everything you could want in a backbone member of a team here. But I think this team really does need one more extremely solid unit to carry it to that next level. I did my God rank. You guys will see the God rank video that I upload. It will actually be uploaded later today, I think. But obviously the core of this team is 17 and hit, and it's like you really are missing that really solid third character. I ended up using full power Jiren in my grind just because I felt like he fulfilled the role that this team needed the most, which was just like a straight up tank character that didn't really do much else. Jiren works as a tank character, but he's not really providing much else in terms of utility or support to the team at all. So I think like getting a third character that is able to do that for the team, or just a third solid character in general, is exactly what this team needs to be like super competitive with like the best characters with like Ultra Goku Blue and those teams. Beast Gohan. So we'll see if they end up doing this. Hopefully this Roshi, if I'm assuming it's Roshi because it's just very obvious, this could not match up better with like, the hint here. Hopefully Roshi does end up being a 1% sparking, which gives him a much better chance of actually impacting the meta more than if he was an EX character. I think 18 actually could be really good, but it's just she's an EX, like can't really expect much out of her. But a character that works well with hit and a character that works well with 17, you put him as the third member of this team and all of a sudden you're looking really good. I've been going through this list like every single video because we just keep getting universe rep buffs, but I mean, you could point out many different characters that could benefit this team. You have, Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta tag team character. You have Goku and Frieza tag character. You have transforming versions of all these characters, God of Destruction Toppo. You have transforming Jiren. You have transforming UI Goku. You have revival Goku into UI Goku. You have different versions of transforming Kefla. I don't know. There's millions of options for this team. There's a lot of characters left to get. There's the super light speed version of Dispo that we haven't gotten. He's not even in the game at all, period. A transforming version of Golden Frieza, from the Turn of Power. He has that, same transformation scene they reuse like 3 times. But yeah, and then in terms of Zenkais, I think right now, I think what the schedule is looking like, at least to me, is probably on the 15th is when the next week's weekly reset is. That's probably when we'll get whatever this banner is going to be. And then I would probably say the week after that, which is the 22nd, I definitely see an LF Zenkai. And in terms of who that would be, it's between Evolution Blue Vegeta and UI Goku. UI Goku is significantly older. I think he's 9 months older than Vegeta. So if I had to pick between these two characters, I would say UI Goku's probably a bit more likely. They've both been on a ton of banners recently, and I think they're gearing up for something with this team here. Honestly, they could just Zenkai both. Would anybody be upset about this? Just Zenkai both the purple UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta. What if we got a double LF Zenkai week where both this Goku and Vegeta both Zenkai'd on the same day? People would be very excited about. I would be very excited about that. That would really help this team a lot, assuming they made these characters like both, top 10 material, as good as like LF Rose Zenkai was. I don't know if I want to call them or predict that they're going to make them as good as like LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because that guy was a bit of an exception. But there's a lot they could do for this team to make this team even, better than it is right now. And I already do think it's pretty solid. But again, I think this is alluding to if I had to guess, a 1% sparking Tournament of Power Mafuba Roshi, which then would be the side character to whatever the main headlining LF character is on this banner, which, again, it could be one of 15 different units on this banner, but we'll see what it ends up being here. Let me know down below what you guys think of this hint. Who do you guys think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be Roshi? Who do you think is going to be coming with this character, whoever it ends up being? Looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.